Yesterday, Bungie updated their system to only use HTTPS, which is a more secure way of using the Bungie API, and that exposed an issue in the app. So I've fixed the issue now, and there's a new version for Android and iOS. If you check for Android, it should be version 1.5.5 and a build probably 556 or 557. If you check for iOS, it's version 1.5.4 in the store right now, and this will allow transfers to work again. At the same time, I actually released the new version of Ishtar Commander, so you're going to get, as well as a working app, some new features. One of the first changes is when you start the app now, if you've already been logged in previously, it's going to skip the startup animation and just load your data instantly. So that probably saves you 1, maybe 2 seconds at startup. The next change is if we go to the Armor tab, sorry if I move over to an actual character, the subclass chooser is now moved here. It used to be living in here, but it's now been moved here. If you go to the Inventory tab, the Postmaster is here. So here I have some items on the Postmaster. People weren't finding this, and also I have a plan in the future. This tab is now completely empty. I have a plan to put some pretty interesting features here in the next version. There's been a number of changes under the hood, so the entire way the app draws and creates all the items has been updated and is now a bit more reliable. We probably won't notice anything. Changes you will notice are your consumables and your materials are now sorted, so you'll see all of your materials sorted together. If I go over to the inventory, you can see here all your chroma is now sorted by colour, all the materials are grouped together, same for consumables as well. If you now long press an item, you can actually now start to swipe through all the different items, so this helps you compare all the items that you have in your inventory. If I go to a character with an Arms Day package, oops, that's not an Arms Day package. This also means you can easily compare them here. The next change is that if you're running on an iPhone 6, I have enabled the landscape view for these devices. So, for example, if you look at Arms Day on this device, you can see all 3 items at once. I did have a look for the iPhone 4S and the iPhone 5 and 5S, but those devices are just too small. This view is just totally unusable. So it's only going to be for iPhone 6 and up we'll get this landscape view. Other changes is that there's now true iPad Pro support. So if you open the app on an iPad Pro, it's now using every single pixel, it's not upscaled anymore. You'll notice on all devices that support landscape, I've made the vault slightly wider than the other characters. The only exception to this is the iPhone 6, but on all phones bigger and tablets bigger than that, you'll see you have a wider vault. So this allows you to get more showing in one go. There's also portrait support on all tablets. This used to work on Android, but didn't on iOS, but now iOS has portrait support as well. And if you're using an iPad Air 2 or iPad Pro, multitasking support is available as well, so you'll be able to actually swipe on other apps from the side, and Ishtar will end up using a third or a half the screen and will happily carry on running and using that screen space quite sensibly. Okay, that's all the changes. I apologise for the hassle yesterday where the app stopped working, but hopefully there should be a number of new cool things coming in the near future as well. So thanks for your time and support.